to Terrible News. I'm past Matt Skilling. Triangular flapjack used in attempted murder case. First, they came for our conkers. Then, they came for our pogs. And now, they're coming for our flapjacks. As a triangular flapjack at a school nearly blinded a boy. Terrible Features correspondent Timothy Pickle got the scoop.
When does a humble flapjack pose a threat of physical harm? Answer, when it's baked in the shape of a triangle. It was during a food fight at the Castle View School on Canby Island that a pupil was hit in the face by a three-sided flapjack and had to be sent home suffering from a sore eye. Well, after that incident, the school says it held a review of the shape and the texture of its flapjacks, and it's decided from now on the triangular one is banned, and the only safe shape for a flapjack is square or rectangular. But some people believe the school's decision was a little, well, half-baked. How dangerous would you say that is?
On a level of 1 to 10, 0.
So what do you think of the school banning them?
I think it's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. It's the children that need to be told not to be throwing the food.
Clearly this is a very dangerous implement that should be locked away and kept out of the way of children, because obviously there's going to be quite a few injuries with something as dangerous as that.
There is a sharp point on there, but I'd have thought it's the same point that's on a square one, to be honest.
It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And for a child to be sent home after being hit by one of those.
The casualty of the flapjack attack has made a full recovery, but the triangular version of this snack is now off the menu for good.
Back to the studio. What do you think?
Wow.
It was the flapjack attack I enjoyed. I mean, it's just partridge, isn't it, at that point?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But you can go like, oh, but it's a bit of a fun, no one's taking it too seriously, but then you're like, yeah, but it has made the news.
Yeah, it is happening.
And it is.
So,
what are your first thoughts, by the way, guys, about this?
Just remind me what happened there. Was there a complaint made because someone was injured? This is right. Was it a parent complained because their kid came home with a cut to the face or something?
No, the kid was sent home.
Sent home?
Because of an injured eye. So obviously this raised questions.
Flapjack to the eye, yeah.
They've gone, well, what are they doing serving triangular flapjacks at your...
Serving these deadly missiles.
Yeah.
Not deadly, but, harmful missiles.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, as the guy said, surely a square flapjack is going to cause the same issue.
Yes.
And then you think, well, where does it end?
Yeah, well...
Because surely there are other hard foods.
Yes. Go on, John.
Go on.
Two things. It depends on the baking of the flapjack. Sometimes you'll get a nice, lovely, soft, oily one. That's the best kind.
Yes.
We're all aware of that.
Thank you.
The problem, the second point I'm going to make is that there is no shape that is safe for a baked good. Myself and Matthew have been involved in an eye-based bakery incident ourselves.
That is correct, actually. Great point.
What's that?
Well, and this is actually a really good point, John, because you're proving, a triangular-shaped flapjack. And let's bear in mind, this flapjack there in question at the school was very much like that you'd find at a National Heritage cafe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know, it's one of these posh...
A paper bag with a plastic front.
It's one of these posh flapjacks they have in the school.
Yeah.
I say.
Yes, exactly. Whereas you go to Handsworth Grange School in Handsworth, in Sheffield.
The school we attended.
Thank you very much. And their flapjacks, you're talking...
Safe.
Soft as shit, aren't you? I mean, very safe, very wet.
So, we want to dampen the flapjacks. I guess that's the cure, potentially.
To make very oily.
Yeah.
John's point here, so yes, you've got a point in flapjack. In my case, it was university, I believe, possibly Freshers' Week.
It actually was, I believe, in the second year.
Oh, really?
It was the first week back in the second year, I think.
Makes sense. Our housemate, friend of the family, friend of the show, Chris Fleming, great guy.
Hi, Chris.
We were I suppose, pissed up students.
Pissed up students, basically.
You know,
Well, mystery solved.
I know. Yeah, no further questions, Your Honour. Pissed up students, so you can see what's coming next. But what happened was, we got into a little... I wouldn't say food fight particularly, was it? It was just throwing shit at
it was
each
just
other.
throwing things across the halls of residence,
Oh, my.
shared communal
In the kitchen.
area. Well, no,
In the
in
kitchen.
like our little flat thing, but
Yeah. This is actually on camera as well. We got this on. We capture this on camera.
that's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah. And
Now,
go on, John.
I can just to recount the incident.
Yeah, eyewitness.
Chris Fleming, the other side of the room. Matthew Skillington hiding down on his. I want to say he's like he's jumped back in a gunfight,
Yes.
and he's gone down on his arse,
Yeah.
but he's like sitting up, in his hand, a pack of. I'm
Can you
not
get it
sure
right?
the brand.
I know
but-
what it was.
What was it? What was the brand?
What do you think it was?
Ooh, I want to say. I can't think. It's basically a pack of miniature chocolate chip cookies.
Yes. Well, they weren't actually. I think they were just straight up Marylands.
They were Marylands. That's what it
Maryland
was.
cookies.
Oh, a full cartridge, would you say?
A magazine.
Magazine,
Was
that's
it?
what I meant to say. Yeah.
And I start firing them off.
Like frisbees.
Like a frisbee, yeah, very much like a frisbee. And you can on the video footage, the eyewitness video footage, you can actually hear Chris laughing until the point when one goes for his face, and then his eye.
Yes.
Yeah, the laughter stopped.
An example of what we covered in episode 94, was it? Or 96?
Yeah, well
when fun
remembered,
turns
Ryan.
to
Yeah.
fear.
Fun to.
And this is another
yeah.
example of that. My question about the footage is, what was this? Are we talking CCTV footage, or are we talking handheld video camera footage?
We're talking not CCTV, mini DV. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, is that right? Was it on? It was on an actual.
It was on a
home video
camcorder,
camera,
I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, because my thinking was, was it like, they're filming for security reasons, and you're looking at the black and white grainy footage of this attack to see, the police are investigating.
No, but he did get hospitalised.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
There's more to this.
Yeah.
He went. It was real bad. Like John said, it went from fun to fear. He clasped his eye. I felt very bad, of course.
Right.
Oh, what have I done? Went to the doctor, and he had a scratched retina.
Oh my God.
Cornea.
With the cornea. Sorry. Yeah. With the Maryland cookie. My point being there, and I think the point John was making earlier was it doesn't matter about the shape of the thing, because look at that. That's round. That's edgeless. It's corners.
I was going to say exactly the same thing. Yeah. There's no sharp edge to that at all. And this school. If these is it teachers? Who is it? Who is it that's saying we need to get rid of the triangular flapjacks?
It'll be they got together.
The school governors,
the dean. I mean, the headmaster.
The dean.
I suppose.
If they had their way, they would be chamfering off. They would be shaving. They would be sanding down the corners of these flapjacks,
right,
and creating disc, or should I say, Maryland cookie-shaped flapjacks.
Yeah.
And as you have just described, that's not safe at all. You have evidence of that scratching.
But I think the problem we have nowadays, lads, in our bloody schools, is that people need to be seen doing something about things that happen. They can't just go, it was a one-off, it was an accident. People want to see blood nowadays, and they want to see something. We're so used to well, hold on, my seat smelt a bit like ham on that plane. I need some compensation.
At least a voucher. Can I not have a voucher?
I say it from experience,
What, did you have a ham-smelling seat?
No. I just mean. The butcher's chair we used to call it. It was we've all feel slightly like you go. I feel slightly inconvened. I need something.
Yeah.
Now from the back of this, I feel that's just filtered on into stuff like politics and things like that with schools.
And they've had a meeting and gone, look, this has been a serious incident. This kid scratched his eye. What do you call it? Cornea, whatever.
Yeah.
We need to do something. What can we do? Okay, I guess
ban cookies.
We can ban the triangular flapjacks.
Yeah.
Because it's got a sharp point.
Yeah, they've just gone, well, let's just say we can't have these triangular flapjacks anymore.
Also, just one last thing is that, great, the flapjacks are bigger. You're getting basically double the
Yeah.
double flapjack size.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I mean,
it's working out well, really.
It's a good point from the student's point of view, Ryan. An absolute fantastic point, John.
Is it an inside job, John?
It's hot news.
The the thoughts that I've got are, do you know the bottle flipping thing the kids do?
Yes.
Or did?
Is it where you flip? Maybe I don't. Is it where you flip a bottle, like a water bottle, for example, and you flip it and you have to land it?
Yeah, that's right. That's
As simple as that.
100%.
Oh, is that a cool kids thing? Great.
That was back in the day, to the point where my a friend of mine had to ban that from her classroom.
Because why?
And
Why is that dangerous? I mean,
It's not dangerous. It just pissed her off so much. She was like, right,
Yeah.
no one's fucking
Fair.
throwing water bottles on the table.
Yeah.
fair.
All the time. But the kids, they get fucking obsessed with this shit.
Yeah,
don't they?
yeah.
And once one person goes, it's right good, you can do this thing with a water bottle, that's how it kicks off.
Who started that?
My theorem is, in this school, someone's launched a fucking flapjack, be it out of the eyes of the teachers, and they've gone, that is fucking mint. Look how far that... Well, not mint, whatever the kids say now.
Yeah.
So then, before they know it, they've got kids left, right and centre throwing these triangular discs.
Right, I see.
And
It's
in
become
fairness,
a fad.
and you,
It's a fad.
And in truth, these triangular ones are probably more aerodynamic than the square ones.
Well-
and maybe there's something to think about.
So what I'm saying is, they've gone, right, enough's enough now. Someone's nearly lost an eye. The flapjacks have got to go. You can't get rid of flapjack. They're as big as Seller. The shape has to change then.
We got to do something. Anything.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically what's happened, isn't it? And the woman that was in that big scoop from Mr. Timothy Pickles, the reporter, she made the great point of, I don't think it's the shape of the flapjacks that should be banned. It should be like, we should enforce that you shouldn't throw food at other students.
Yeah, of course.
Should be the thing. Do you
Or
know
throw
what I mean?
anything at them, really.
Yeah, like that should just be like, oh, that's fair enough.
Now, I have a question.
Yeah, no,
Oh, sorry,
if
go
I may, just sorry.
No, go on.
I appreciate her logic there, but does she really think that the teacher's just going, no, you're fine, go on, carry on throwing?
He's got a point.
Do you not think that they've already tried all the other things and all they're left with is, well, we have to get rid of the shape of the flapjacks? Because it's not like teachers are going, no, they're grand. They're good. Chuck the baked goods. Chuck them.
No.
Yeah. It's part of sport.
I guess it's been more... what's the word?
They
like
should
severe.
be enforcing on the kids.
Well, being
not to do
more
things.
severe with the punishments and this kind of thing.
But I don't think that this is a common occurrence where people are getting hit in the face with triangular flapjacks. I think it's just like a one-off. What I'm saying is, just because it could have been a book, could have been anything. What are you going to do? Ban books because someone threw an exercise book in your face?
Books have sharp edges actually, so I think they're going to have to start just rounding off the corners of these
I'm
books.
saying it's madness to go, oh, we'll ban the flapjack then, rather than be like, well, that just don't throw anything in general.
Yeah, no, but my point is, there's no way they haven't tried a lot of other stuff to encourage children not to throw shit. You know what I mean? Like, so it's...
What, so
it's
their
not
final
them
option is to
going
ban
like,
the triangular
this is
flapjack?
ridiculous.
Also,
No, but I'm saying, ridiculous, they need to be telling the kids not to throw them. You know, well, I'm sure they have, and they still are, so they're doing a different approach.
Yeah.
but this approach is mad because if there is a trend at this school, whether it's a trend or not, I don't know. I don't know if it is a trend.
Yeah.
But if it is a trend and they're trying to stop that by getting rid of this triangular shaped flapjacks but still keeping the square ones, well, the kids can just snap the bloody square ones diagonally and they're back to having triangular ones. I mean, kids are pretty smarter than you think.
Yeah.
You know, a pair of scissors to it, a knife, whatever.
Well, a ruler.
A ruler.
was my first thought.
Shatterproof. That's
A
going nowhere.
shatterproof ruler, slice straight down there, and you've got two...
You've got two then.
Two missiles.
You've got two perfect missiles.
John, what do you think about this?
Go on.
Well, are you going to do that?
Oh,
The kids might split the square flapjack in half.
Ban food.
What are you going to do about that?
Just
If
wet
that
well,
happens?
the math teacher's jizz in his pants because he's like, oh, now we've got two right angle triangles with hypotenuse that you can look at. You know what I mean? He's over the moon that the kids are learning some maths.
And then yeah, try, this is a good technique actually.
Go on.
Try and get the kids to think that they are learning something.
Yeah, they're being boffins about
They're
it.
being boffins about it.
Yeah.
Go, oh, well done.
Oh.
Well done. You've thrown that triangular flapjack, like you say. That's an isosceles triangle.
Yeah,
I think. It's a right angle triangle.
Ryan's a buff. He's throwing boffin flapjacks.
Yeah, and then that might put them off.
I'm
maybe.
not. That's a good one. Yeah.
That's a good point.
Oh, I suppose the other alternative is that they just serve sponge.
Well,
Yep.
Well, here's a question that I wanted to ask you was, what other school dinners and items you'd find do you think could be utilised into a weapon? You know, like in a prison sense where
Right,
people go,
yeah.
oh, well, keep a fork and I've got a bit of wood chip in here. I can make a shank or something.
Yeah.
What could you make? What could
Out of
also be
food.
dangerous and banned in schools? For example, if I was just a student and it's Bangers and Mash Tuesday, and I've gone, well, I know there's big old bag of frozen bangers in this freezer.
Oh, right.
You know, I get a handful of frozen bangers.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Well, I mean,
They're-
a handful of bangers,
they're gonna be
sure.
dangerous.
But what are you thinking in the bag? You know, soap in a sock, isn't it?
Yeah. So what do we do? Ban sausages?
Well, no, but this is because I've never. When I
This
was,
is like listening to one of the deranged people on LBC.
I know. It's ridiculous. And this
Just
is why.
made up a scenario
This is
and
why-
got angry about it.
And this is why Farage used to come into power. He's going to sort
Yeah.
all this nonsense out.
We'll be banning sausages next, I swear to God. Sorry, what are you going to say, right?
Well, you know, this frozen sausage business that you're talking about.
Right.
Where they're going to have to sneak into the kitchens to access
Yeah,
them.
that's different.
You're not giving a frozen sausage on your
All
plate.
right. Okay, fair enough. So, what else? Knife and fork?
Well, yeah, sure.
But
Well,
food-wise,
it's a tough question. Isn't it?
Jacket potato.
Jackie Potato.
Certain things, I guess, with a jacket potato as an example, if you get it soon enough, then you've got the heat element, which could be used to burn someone's face.
True.
Um,
Hot potatoes flying through the air.
do they do like hot teas and coffees in school these days? I feel like they do, because I don't think they did in our era. But when I was watching Educating Yorkshire, fantastic series, you know, the Channel 4 thing, and that kid who was like, there's this great kid in there who sort of acted like a sort of 50-year-old bloke. Remember him?
Yeah.
He was going,
I do.
Going to get your coffee, miss. It's a latte. You know, love
What, they let them have coffees?
Love a latte, me. So sing.
Was it sixth form?
He must have been going off bloody campus.
No, I think. Well, I might be wrong, but I think they had a machine in the school,
Oh, yeah, to be fair, we did have a machine.
and I'm pretty sure he was like,
What, you had a
"Oh."
coffee machine?
Yeah.
I say.
Oh, no, sorry, it wasn't a machine. It was, we had a barista who,
Bullshit.
it was absolutely darling. He cycled in on one of those with the basket on.
Yeah. With the espresso machine in there. You had a vending machine that supplied coffee, full-blown coffee. Was this just for sixth formers, or?
Yeah, it was. It was in the sixth form corner.
This is what I mean.
Yeah, but this kid in Educating Yorkshire, he was like a Y8 or something. He wasn't sixth
He
form.
must have been playing like
He
games.
must have
He must have
been.
been having a laugh or something.
Maybe he
sure.
was joking around.
I mean, can you even buy caffeine at 16 nowadays? I don't bloody know. What were you going to say? Throw a hot coffee in someone's face?
Yes,
I mean,
hot beans.
hot.
All I can think is
Yeah, but
the
how are you
heat.
throwing hot beans though?
Fist.
Spoon, flicking from a spoon, plate.
They'd be coiled by the time they got
I
Plate
know
or
it's
not
not good enough,
plate.
is it? It's just, I guess, like really, you can get really crispy chips.
But a chip, yeah, it's true.
It's about the best bet.
a
Isn't it?
crispy baked chip thrown
Yeah.
could catch you at
No,
the angle.
I know.
What are they going to do?
I know.
Ban
I know
chips.
I know what's keeping them.
Banning chips next. Sorry, go on, John. Go on, what's your weapon of choice?
I love getting political.
Chips are good.
Crumble.
Crumble, go on. The heat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Crumble's keeping the heat in it.
And you know what? It's got that sort of I don't know how you
It's
describe it.
napalm style.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, the hot.
Sticky.
The spread,
Hot
the sticky.
Hot sugar.
Yeah, you
Perfect.
can't pull it off straight away, can you? It's excuse me. It sticks and burns to your skin. So right. Oh well.
Okay.
So what should you do? Ban crumble.
Yeah, I mean that's what they'll be doing next.
I've got to say, I'm absolutely furious with the UK press at this story. These are the headlines. The Guardian: Essex school bans triangular flapjacks after injury.
Boring.
The Independent: school in Essex bans triangle-shaped flapjacks after pupil is hurt.
I can't believe that the Guardian and the Independent are even covering this story.
I know, or the Telegraph. You wouldn't believe that either, would you, Ryan?
No.
They went, school bans, I mean, this is a bit more exciting, dangerous, in hyphens, triangular flapjacks. That's kind of saying...
Dangerous.
Apparently it's dangerous.
Like when my parents said in the birthday card, I hope you have a lovely day, we love you.
Yeah, we love you. The Daily Mail went with Castleview School on Canvey Island, Essex, very specific, bans triangle flapjack. So
I'm shocked that so many publications have even covered this story. Daily Mail, acceptable.
Yeah.
As in, like, I can imagine them covering it. It's
yeah.
up their street, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the Guardian, the Telegraph, the Independent, wasting their time on this nonsense.
I know. This
slow day.
The police community, part of the BBC News, the police community section have got an article. Canvey Island schools bans triangular shapes.
And when was this?
This is going back 2013. But
2013.
Point is,
but
breaking.
But
news.
they're definitely going to ban crumble next.
I know it's breaking. Yeah. Well, no, Google it. Did they end up banning crumble and chips and sausages? Ryan, I didn't want to ask you to put it on your soundboard, but let's get it up because I won't mind a couple of attempts because it's been so boring in the press. A few attempts at some headlines, lads. So let's get up that time and get yourself a pen.
I wish you'd
and have a little think. Okay, guys, so I'm going to start the countdown clock, and I just want some headlines about this particular flapjack story, starting from now.
It feels like there's going to be loads, doesn't it? Oh.
Okay, guys, this is I've had a go, and
I've got nothing. I feel like it's already even been said what I've said.
It's pretty hard, actually.
Really,
Ryan, I'll tell you what. I'll start because I've not.
I'm not gonna change it. So
no. All I got was I don't think it's really a thing, but I'm just gonna say it is cornerstone for flaky new rules. I don't know. I don't know. I've just forced. This is what I mean. So I want to put you at ease, Ryan, just in case you were worried that you don't know what you're talking about. Or
yeah,
anything.
fair enough.
So Ryan, we're looking for some headlines. We want some good ones, as the actual UK papers have been really terrible. What have you gone with?
Well, I've gone with the sort of B movie kind of title.
Okay,
with something along the lines of Attack of the Three-Sided Flapjack.
Oh,
like Attack of the Three-Headed Monster.
Yeah, no, I quite like that.
That's what I'm going for.
Yeah.
And you can imagine it in the horror writing.
Yeah,
the
you
font.
can see it on the big news. The news
and
stand.
There's a three-sided flapjack, with. Like the Blob, kind of like the Blob, but that kind of vibe. Yeah.
But more angular.
Yes, less blobby.
John, did you have a comment to make about that before we move on to your headline?
No, I just think it's a good idea because it's like taking the piss out of how serious people are taking a flapjack.
Yeah, and also
as a danger.
Just like going through the actual newspapers. They're so lame that you can't really get any worse, can you?
Well, there was no tabloidy really. I mean, the Daily Mail's a tabloid, I guess. But
true.
There wasn't your Mirror, your Sun, your Daily Star.
I didn't read it.
Sport.
The Sun had they covered it. Of course they did. I mean, if the rest of the newspapers did, but even them, I can't see it at the moment. But
it was nothing.
I
of
saw
interest.
it earlier, and it was just garbage. I was just like, God Almighty. So we'll take that anyway. And John, what have you got for us?
Got a few. Half-baked rule change.
Oh, very good. That's very good.
Baked rule change.
There's a lot going on there.
Half baked was used in that scoop in that news report.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I've got to say that, but even still, it wasn't a headline. So go on, John. You got something? You got some more?
Headmaster's a real square.
Oh yeah. Now we're talking.
School scaling back on triangle flapjacks.
Scaling, as in like
it's a type of triangle, isn't it?
Yes, brilliant. No, wait, hold on. Say that again, John.
School scaling back on triangle flapjacks.
Superb.
I've got another one along those lines.
John's actually on fire with this one.
I saucer leave the flapjack square.
I saw.
Like he saw.
No, like isosceles.
Yeah, I
like
get
an isosceles triangle.
No, I get that. Yeah,
I saw. So leave the flapjack square.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah,
like I saw, like this, the I saw.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw salute.
Yeah. I knew it was a plan isosceles.
If anyone from a tabloid wants to hire me,
I mean,
just to do that,
mate. To be fair,
really,
in that space of time,
like, I've not
very,
read it.
very good.
Sorry, I've not read a tabloid newspaper. Well, to be honest, I looked at the Sun recently because I wanted to see how they were covering it.
Oh, be careful, Ryan! You'll bloody hurt your eyes.
Well, yeah, I know. All the shit that comes out of it.
Thank you.
Yes, Ryan. Come on, let's get political.
I'll get. What do you call it when you get like shit in your eye, like pink eye? Or something?
Pink eye, yeah.
I get pink eye
reading that.
Shit
Brilliant.
Because I just wanted to see how the Sun was covering the election. But anyway.
Is it to see what the general masses was?
What the general bias was that they were giving.
Oh, God.
But so I've not actually picked up a tabloid paper in a long time. But is it still a thing? Is it a dying art? This kind of headline type stuff?
Would you class the Metro as a tabloid newspaper?
I don't know actually. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
not sure with that one.
That's the only one that I would physically pick up nowadays, John.
Well, only because it's free, really, isn't it?
Yeah, so, as in like if it's next to me on the tube and I go, oh,
it's a weird one. It's not quite either or, is it? I guess it's just like a free paper.
Yeah.
But why do they use quite fun headlines?
I'm pretty sure they have a little bit of a laugh with it. but the Sun, I think, they always still crack along with that. Well, lads, some honourable mentions of other things that have been banned from schools.
Okay, interesting. Yeah.
A lot of these 90s. I wanted to look at
this happened in the 90s
from our era.
Right.
You might remember some of these. I think there might be a couple that are American, maybe, but we'll pop through them. Big one here as well, laser pointer, of course, and you can see why.
Of course.
Them things were crazy. For our young audience members, we've got a lot of teenagers that listen to this and think that we're just really cool older guys. They know what laser pens are, but maybe they didn't know that when they first hit the shelves, they became every bad boy in school had to have one in their armory. They had to have one on their person. I'm not a bad boy, but I had one. Obviously,
keep that at home
from my older brother. But we did out the window, pointing it onto people walking past the street. At night, horrible. People would put their hands up like there was an assassin.
Oh my God!
What else was in their armory? These bad boys. Because I would say there's a phone
catapult.
No, it's a different era.
Yeah, go on.
That's the previous generation.
I know.
With the catapult.
Yeah. Dennis the Menace. Yeah.
This is to me the modern era of the bad boy. It's still 1999.
Yeah.
But we're talking laser pen. We're talking a phone case that has a ganja leaf on it.
Yeah. Pack of XXX mints.
Really?
Well, just because there was one kid, Phil, that threw... Phil, he was called, Scottish guy.
All right.
And he had a pack of these mints, and he said, I'm saving these. I'm saving my last one to dash at our drama substitute teacher at the time. And I think it was an XXX mint. Or was it something? I'm pretty sure it was an XXX. I know, yeah, for sure. And he did do it. He threw it and made contact, and she went nuts. Started throwing chairs and stuff and calling us all bastards.
Really?
Yeah, she got let go after that.
Do you know what I think?
I shouldn't stand here and have these missiles thrown at me by you bastards. She was absolutely in her right to say all that. It was a rude thing to do.
If he was, because she was. I remember that teacher, and it was a shame because I like drama, and for some reason she came in, she took over from the old drama teacher, and for whatever reason, maybe she was just too aggressive out of the gate.
Yeah.
And that made people immediately dislike her and immediately go, well, drama's a fuckabout lesson. Why are you trying to be all serious about it?
Yeah.
Maybe that was her problem. She should have been a bit more easygoing. This is meant to be the fun lesson. But whatever. She fucked up it maybe. Obviously she did, because teachers come in and some can handle the class, some can't.
Yeah.
And but I didn't feel bad for her. She, globally, throughout the whole year group and probably the whole school, was having a bad time.
Yeah.
She was overly aggressive, and her name was Miss Chewett.
No.
Yes.
Is that right?
And I know this because I think we had our class after you had your class. Okay, after she'd stormed off. Because this is, if you got to feel bad for the woman and understand why she kicked off, because this guy Phil, he's saved an extra strong mint to launch. You know, at least it's got a rounded edge. You got to say that for him. At least it's not got.
It's not angular.
At least it's not a hard flapjack. You know,
Head.
But there was a kid in my class who'd also saved a sweet to throw at her.
Jesus Christ. Was it a chewit?
It was a chewit, of course. It was a chewit. He'd bought him special, and
I like to chew it.
All that, yeah.
Jesus.
He'd bought the chewit specially, and he was very disappointed not to get to use them in the way he had hoped. So I do feel bad.
So
what are they going to do
after she's just had a fucking extra strong mint dashed in her head?
Yeah.
If she'd had the tenacity and the strength to stay,
the
next lesson she was going to get a fucking chew it in the noggin.
Horrible.
Yes. Jesus.
And, look, I'm not laughing about this, really. I am in a way because there's humour around it.
No, you know, what do you do? Ban mints. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. So
ban mints and chewits.
Laser pointers. Yeah.
Laser pointers. You know,
and a pack of cigarettes with like 2 sovereigns.
Yeah.
They're used.
Sovereign rings.
Oh, sorry. In this guy's
Definitely sovereign rings.
Sovereign rings.
Oh, sovereign fags, I mean.
Oh, well, yeah, that too. Yeah.
As almost like a starter pack type.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose
Like-
chuddy. You'd have to have chuddy there, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's like the late 90s, early noughties bad boy starter pack.
Yeah.
BB gun.
He's
a
also
BB gun would.
100% going to be in Air Max or something, runners, like trainers.
Oh,
He's gonna be in
tracksuit.
them
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you call
And
it?
he'll be like, I've got a bad foot or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a peak baseball cap, probably.
Yeah.
Being constantly told to take that off.
Yeah, with the nib. This is like the different era. This is how times change.
Yeah.
With the nib like bent all the way around, and acute
Almost
angle.
tubular.
Yeah, exactly. Almost like wearing a
Becomes a
tube.
tube.
Whereas, these days, obviously, the very flat peak is quite trendy. Or is that? I think that's past. To be fair,
Socks over the top, John.
Potentially a line in eyebrow, but that's a bit poser, I think.
Yeah.
could be. No, I think
happened.
that fits the line in the eyebrow. Yeah.
Even like Adidas or Nike in the back of the head as well was a.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Everyone-
Yeah,
that
that
was
was
a thing.
genuinely a thing. People had the Nike tick in the back of their hair,
in our
shaved
school,
in that.
Can't remember his name, so you don't have to bleep it. He attempted to shave a line into his
Eyebrow. Okay, yeah.
eyebrow, but with
a flapjack.
No, he did it with like a normal wet razor.
Oh,
So
so
instead of like a
thick chunk,
it was very wide, very wide. Quarter of the eyebrow gone, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I could imagine me doing that. I could imagine that's not exactly this, but asking like my mom to help me shave my eyebrow
Yeah.
because I wanted it to look, and she would get the wet. She'd do it in that using that method. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because she
This is
wouldn't
how it's
know
done.
either. You know.
Well, my mum dyed my hair. I wanted highlights. This is in my hair as a teen, and I'd seen a picture. I just fancied it. Some of the kids at school were having it.
Yeah,
and I think
it was of the era.
It was on the thing, and it was
blonde
like
highlights.
like kind of little blonde highlights
Yeah, it
in your
was.
hair. And I was like, I quite like that idea. And I took a picture to the barbers of a guy with highlights with a certain hairstyle, and just said to the hairdresser, like, I want my hair like that.
Yeah.
And then like he cut it and everything, and he's like, okay, that's it. And I was like,
Where's the blonde
no,
bits?
I want it like that. Like, I want it with the blonde bits. Never told him, obviously. I was
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, thank you.
Right.
He just cut my hair, so I didn't get the blonde bits. And I was like, oh, a bit moved about that. I was peeved. I was excited about having this kind of rubber Johnny thing put on my head and the hair.
I was going to say, was that the situation where you have to
damn
have the rubber thing on the head with the hair,
That's
hair
what I
pulled
thought was
through?
going to happen.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'd gone on crying my eyes out. Absolutely devastated. When my mum said, "Listen, I'll do it for you."
I think your mum stormed back to the hairdressers. Now then, where's his fucking blonde bits?
Can you not see this photograph?
But so she said she'll do it for you.
And my mum was like, I'll do it for you. So I was like, okay, cool. Gets tinfoil out and that starts fucking whacking bits of hair in the tinfoil with a bleach.
I believe it was Domestos or something of that nature. I can't quite remember. And I'm thinking, this seems like a lot of hair dye on my head.
Where's the big rubber Johnny thing?
Where's the big
with
rubber
hair
Johnny?
popping
It's
out?
just you just putting my hair in tinfoil and covering my hair.
Putting random bits.
Yes, obviously my hair was just bleach blonde.
Right,
all my hair was. And my brother, bless him, I remember he tried styling it, but I'd just been to the Officers Club in Meadow Hall. I don't know if you've ever been in the Officers Club. A lot of camo gear they had in there. Cool camo gear.
Yeah.
T-shirts
Canvas
with like
belts.
mining canvas belts. T-shirts that say like, boot camp 1979 or something on there, like gold plastic trousers. Never forget them.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And I put all my gear on and done my hair up. I'm like, this is a mad look that I'm going for. Because I was like 15, 16 at the time, and it was just too much. And Sam had tried styling it and going, "Nah, you look all right." And I'm going, "Nah, don't." If I just suddenly go to school now with just blonde hair
And gold trousers, did you say?
there's going to be. So my mum was like, "Don't worry, I'll dye it back."
This is you had
No.
right. Okay, go on.
So it's like, well, I'll just dye it. I'll just dye it back brown.
Oh, right. Okay.
So I was like, right, okay, well, you're gonna have to dye it brown.
God, what a waste of time as well.
Can't have it blonde,
but,
yeah.
yeah.
But then she's dyed it brown, but then it's just gone red because it's like blonde and not my natural hair colour.
Yeah.
It was kind of dark, but it was very sunny, and I was working outside on the weekends.
Oh, yeah.
And my hair just started going orange, basically, like an auburn red hair.
way.
Matt, have you subtly tried dyeing your hair? It's like an auburn, deep auburn, like.
Yeah, because I was going to say I had no memory of you having the blonde hair, but I remember you having the orange hair.
Yeah.
Which is obviously what came. Yeah.
Because I just covered it up,
Yeah.
So thanks for that, Mum.
She tried.
No, she did try. She also pulled a loose tooth out with a pair of pliers once, but she was a dental nurse. So
That don't make it all right.
no, I don't know how I got in. Oh, just how you'd have your hair styled. Was that what I was talking about? Bleach.
It was the eyebrows, wasn't it? And
The
that
eyebrows. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can imagine.
Oh, it's all rabbit holes.
Your mum did. No, but it's fine. It's fine. But in that starter pack,
I think we've covered it.
We'll have a think. So yeah, just laser pens. It says here, this is ranker.com. Comedy peaked the moment a red laser dot shone on the teacher's back. Laser pointers were not welcomed at school, as you can imagine. They just skipped through some of these. The Game Boy was banned. I mean, it says only rich kids brought Game Boys to school. Everyone knew they would get confiscated, but rich kids probably had a Game Gear or something at home they could play until they got their Game Boy back. I mean, bit bitter in that.
Yeah.
Don't know. Tamagotchis were banned.
Were they?
One point. Yes, they might make loud beeps, but we had to keep them alive. It's true. Because they're just always beeping, and then people were distracted.
Makes sense to
I need to
ban them.
feed me
of course.
rabbit and clean all its
It's a
shit
toy.
out.
Yeah.
Can't bring toys to school.
Very boring teacher, John, isn't it? When he becomes a teacher.
Cell phones, obviously. Guys, clackers. Do you remember these clackers?
Ryan.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, he's a clacker.
That's me when I'm asleep. Yeah.
Similar sound they make. These plastic ball things. Remember, this is going deep back into the.
Just for quick reference, there.
Can you explain that, right?
Can't see that.
Just the clacking to explain. When I sleep, I make a noise. It's been described as sounding like I'm chewing on bread, and it's this kind of sound.
Yeah.
But can you describe a clacker to the audience?
And my mum used to say when we slept in the same caravan or whatever, Ryan, stop clacking.
All right,
You're clacking again. So that's what clacking is in that respect. Clacking in this respect, it's some kind of it's kind of like something you'd spin and it makes a clacking sound.
Yeah, like two balls.
Two ball bearings
that
on
bang,
the end
that
of-
bang against each other. People know what it is.
It's hard to. The sticky spiked balls.
What?
Sticky spiked balls. Now, do you remember these things?
Oh,
Basically,
vague memories.
lengths of you get them through.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
These things you can get them from like vending machines, the exciting ones where you put 20p in and you turn it, and it was like a long bit of rubber, like almost snot, and at the end there was like a spiked ball, but it was all
Absolute
rubber.
party bag fodder, that. Isn't it?
Yeah, but what would you call it? What's the like a gel
goo? It's not quite, is it?
like a
But
thick, like a
slime.
But I mean,
Listen, these guys, mate. These were designed as agents of chaos, which is not generally welcomed in a classroom setting. And I completely agree, because if you obviously you can get distance on it, because you've got the weight at the end.
Of course, yeah.
You could fire them up. You could turn people's pages over because it'd stick and slam, and again, very dangerous.
There's variations on this. This has got this has like a sort of the spiked ball on the end, but I've seen them where it's almost like a tongue or a foot. People just slam them, take your paper away, take your pens away, take your ruler away, take your planner away. The whole shebang.
I just think that agents of chaos. So it's like, what else are kids going to do with this? They're going to whip each other.
It's true, yeah. Like the person who's designed it has gone, kids are going to love this because it's an agent of chaos, and kids love chaos.
You can. I mean, it's pretty fair enough that they were banned. Pogs, of course, guys. I mean, a sad.
Is it gambling? Is that why? I mean, obviously it's toys again, but
it's all that shit, though, isn't it? It's like we're playing for keeps.
I remember. I feel bad about this. Well, nothing to do with me really, but maybe I'll not name the people involved because it's a terrible thing that happened, but. A friend of the family, friend of the show, gave all his Tazos. He had a big collection of Tazos, and he gave them all to another friend of the family, friend of the show, another person.
Can you explain a Tazo to the?
A Tazo is similar to a Pog, listener? But it's Warner Brothers branded.
Yeah, and did it have the perforated?
And it had little perforated edges. Yeah, so you could sort of.
Yeah, it was more of a builder block.
You could build them together. Yeah, but they were cool. In some ways, I preferred them.
You get them from Crisps.
I thought they were really cool, Tazos. Yeah. But anyway, one friend gave all his Tazos because this other friend who took the Tazos said he had a cheat which allowed this first friend to access the laundry in the Beavis and Butthead Mega Drive game. If any of you remember the Beavis and Butthead Mega Drive game, it was a great game, but there's a whole shopping arcade, and there's all these different shops you can go in, and for some reason you couldn't go in the laundry. And I now, to this day, believe you probably just can't go in the laundry.
Yeah.
I think it's just one of those, it's a bit of decoration.
Yeah.
But
we all tried
to get in there. And this guy said, no, I'll write the cheat down for you if you give me all your Tazos. So he gave him all the Tazos. He wrote down some random numbers and letters. Said, off you go. That gets you into the laundry. When you get in there, it's right good.
Absolute crook.
Absolute crook, yeah. And then, obviously, it didn't work, and he said things like, well, he probably typed it in wrong, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, and I think this is the reason why this kind of stuff was banned. It wasn't such like, oh, we're losing money, there's not like gambling in that respect, but it was more of kids coming back going, I've lost all my stuff, or I swapped my bike for one last game of Pogs, and, I swapped my bike for a slammer, a Pog slammer, and the teachers at the time must be going, what's this bloody Pogs shit going on? People are going mad over it. And there would have been fights over it for sure. They said kids brought Pogs to school to play, trade and show off, but it was the teachers who ended up having the biggest collections.
Very good.
Great stuff.
Apparently you can get into the laundromat.
You can?
Apparently.
I've been in.
Oh, well, there you go then. Well, maybe...
Wait, John's just looking this up.
I couldn't find a written one. There's only like a
a cheat code.
YouTube walkthrough for how to do it. I'm not going to watch the whole thing. It's like 7 minutes long.
So this changes everything. This changes my perception of this whole thing. Maybe.
I don't think there was a cheat code though. I think it's just you had to. As with that game and games like that, you have to do a series of events timed in.
I mean, maybe that was, but maybe this
maybe it was a fair deal in the end.
Maybe it was a fair deal in the end.
Shit.
I honestly don't think it was. But but perhaps it was. Because I'm saying cheat code. It might have been this series. This is primary school.
But it's the same thing. It would have just written down.
Yeah, like go, you do this, you do that, you do this.
Yeah.
So perhaps this. Yeah, maybe it was all legit. Maybe it was legit.
If you're listening, get in touch.
Did you ever go in the laundry in Beavis and Butthead, and what was it like in there?
Yeah,
do text in.
Text in, let us know, guys. Pokemon cards. Once these got banned in classrooms, gotta catch 'em all became the motto of teachers. Burn. I think teachers have written this. A beeper, aka a pager. What I want to get to is your slap bracelets. You remember these slap bracelets, guys?
Yeah.
They're back.
They are back with a vengeance.
Well, they're good, aren't they? That's the thing.
Very satisfying. And that's cornered the market of the kind of stress, anxiety, like with the fidget spinners. The slap bracelets, I think, are a part of that kind of. Oh, it's satisfying.
Of all the things that have been listed, that's the one I would actually like to own today.
Yeah.
Like if there was...
There's three in my house at least, right?
John's already got 3.
Joking.
Well, next time
Slap
you see
bracelet. Yeah, loads. Against party bag fodder.
Fuck.
What?
It's fine.
Phone's died.
No, I was going to finish on this one anyway, though, is another thing that was banned in classrooms was GAC.
Of course, GAC.
And
we're not talking about trombone, trumpet, or bugle, aka cocaine.
Yeah. Well, when I saw this, obviously I thought this is perfect because we like fun names for cocaine. Not to use them when we're ordering, just find it hilarious. And one that I picked up in the last 7 years, I'd say, is GAC. Someone referring to it as GAC, which I thought was particularly amusing. But this is called Nickelodeon GAC.
Yes, of course.
Which was a form of goo. Ryan, I feel like if anyone's going to have it, it's going to be you.
I had GAC.
Not the poshness of the Nickelodeon, but
no,
the
but
goo. You know?
It's slime, isn't it?
Bit of
It's goo. It's you squish it.
Did you have some?
Yes, I did.
Oh, amazing! Good.
I had GAC. I had GAC. Yeah. I might have even had a. Maybe I even had a GAC factory. A GAC factory. I said then. I might have had a GAC factory. Which is, or maybe it's just a GAC bubble maker or something, because you got your little pot of GAC. You can have fun with that to a degree.
Yeah,
you can put it in you can put your fingers into the pot and it can make a farty sound.
Oh, okay,
that's
right.
fun enough. It feels good on the fingers. I gotta tell you. But I think I had a device that would you'd spread the GAC thinly and then pull a kind of.
I can't take it seriously. I've never heard of this.
Do you know what we're talking about, John?
You're fucking making this up.
No, it's like silly putty.
Yeah, it's like
situation.
It's silly putty. It's just another name.
I know the substance.
But it's just called GAC.
It's hilarious. It's called GAC, and you're talking about. But this, I want to know what you're talking about here. Thinning the GAC. Spreading the GAC thinly.
So I'm pretty sure this is a thing, like a GAC bubble machine or something. and you basically you spread the GAC over like a surface and then pull this like disc shaped thing down. I'm pretty sure this is not a false memory. And then you like pump a thing and it pumps the GAC into a bubble. But, it's quite a large bubble, and then you get it as big as you can, of course.
Right.
And of course, the thicker the GAC, the bigger it's going to get. So
Well, that's what they say.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So now I had GAC and I enjoyed GAC a lot, actually.
Well, I want to get some Nickelodeon GAC now, because I'll tell you something, GAC's not banned from my life, nor is triangular shaped bloody flapjacks.
No.
I'd tell you, if this conservative government kind of want to keep banning stuff like that, then they'll have me to contend with. Guys, thank you so much for indulging me in with this conversation. I don't want to continue talking about it, but obviously I think we've played it before. That's why I didn't add it to the soundboard. But you remember from the Bros documentary where they're talking about
Conkers. Yeah, we have played it quite recently as well.
Okay, good. It reminded me of that as well. But there you go. That's what's happening in schools at the moment, guys.
And we've been over how that's fake news, haven't we? No one banned Conkers.
Yeah, we've covered all that.
Yeah, we have covered that. Well, I think it's a nice time now to kind of start the show.
Yes.
And to introduce the gang. We've got Sir John Patrick down here tonight.
Here I am.
John?
Here I am.
If you could dye your beard any colour, what would it be?
Moss green.
Oh, nice.
So I could potentially help me blend into like a thicket.
Just...
sorry, go on.
No, go on.
And the wonderful thing is, you can do that.
Yes,
it's certainly an option. So
maybe
get Matt's mum on the case.
Well, yeah, you'd have to bleach it blonde first.
Bleach it blonde and then go for the moss green. Look like the Jolly Green Giant.
Yeah, that's what I want to go for. Yeah, that sort of thing.
Oh my God, John, that's a good fancy dress for you. Jolly Green Giant. I think.
Yeah.
Green Giant. And for the young teenagers that listen to this show that think we're just wicked guys, the Jolly Green Giant was he was part of the advertising.
You can still get Green Giant sweet corn.
Okay. We're also joined by good old-fashioned Ryan Howes. And I've always wanted to ask you this, Ryan. Would you get your asshole bleached?
I don't think I ever would. I mean,
right.
It's not for... I mean, maybe it's a polite thing to do.
Polite thing to do.
Well, I'm never going to see it. There's a chance other people might.
Yeah. Sorry, John, ask the question.
Let me just get something. I don't really understand. Is it
asshole bleaching?
Asshole bleaching? Is it bleaching the hairs of the asshole?
No, I think it's bleaching as far
Bleaching
as
the skin.
in my head, it's bleaching the sphincter itself. The
Right.
Not to get too gruesome, but I don't know the facts either. I've just got an interpretation, and mine is that God, the asshole. I mean, you brought it up.
Yeah,
is like slightly discoloured. Like my teeth are slightly yellow because I drink lots of tea. There's a lot of brown stuff coming out of the asshole that's going to discolour it. This is how I interpret it. I know it's wrong.
Sure.
Before you text in, and do text in. And it's like it's got this sort of darkness to it, and it's just like sprucing it back up, making it like a fresh baby's asshole again. You know?
Yes. I think it's. I think they changed the colour tone because it's just a darker tone of muscle, isn't it? The anus.
Is it? Right.
And I think people dye the muscle itself. John might be looking into how it's achieved, but I believe just to bring the colour up a little and make it look less. Make it look nicer, I suppose, John.
Yes. It's a cosmetic procedure, lighting the skin around the anus, involving chemical peels and lasers, not actual bleach.
Okay, fair enough. So there's no bleach involved, fair enough.
I mean, chemical peels and lasers almost sounds a little more uncomfortable than...
It sounds horrendous.
And it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Because you're saying no bleach is involved. It makes you wonder if, like, certain people, they've gone, I want to get my asshole bleached, I can't afford it.
Yeah.
And their mum's gone, I'll do it for you.
Yeah.
Get tinfoil, domestos down the asshole, funnel or whatever it is. Because that's what you'd assume, wouldn't you, from the... That's what you'd assume.
Yeah, I just thought that if you went to the toilet when the toilet's been freshly Dettoled, and you go for plop plops,
a little splash.
That's when you bleach your asshole. I thought that was always the thing, and of course
it's a small listener. That's a small little blip of gruesomeness in an otherwise fantastically
it's true
PG podcast.
Yeah, we don't usually talk about stuff like that. But
we sometimes do, and I like it.
Yeah,
now and again. I think it just came from nowhere. There, it's all good.
Interesting question. We're just talking about bleaching hair. It's all cosmetic. It all comes back to the way you look and cosmetic. Would you bleach your hair? Would you bleach your asshole? What's the difference? It's all atoms. And of course, me, MattSkillington.com, the brand. I am here. I've calmed down from, hearing about this flapjack story. It's taken over 10 years for me to just kind of chill out, and I'm glad I've had a moment that we can talk about it on the show tonight. And I think we've come to the conclusion of anything can be used as a weapon, and even if you do give me the square flapjack, yes, thank you for the extra 50%. I hope it's the same price. I can just divide that with a ruler and have 2 missiles.
I think the only way around this oily, so it's not future Ryan here. Just to say, we had a little bit of trouble recording this episode. There was some audio dropout. Mostly I've managed to edit around it, and you probably can't tell. But on this bit, it dropped out just as I was describing my ideal flapjack for schools to keep them safe. So I just need to clarify what I said, which I think was maybe they could just make all the flapjacks greasy and oily and soft, and that would make them safe. There might be a few more of these, or maybe I can edit around it. Not sure. Back to the show. It's not sharp anymore.
Greasy.
So it just
greasy flapjacks.
So it disintegrates in the air. Like kind of like what do you call it? An asteroid coming towards the Earth.
Exactly. Yeah. Breaking up before impact.
But it'll never actually hit us because it'll break up before impact.
In the atmosphere.
You need to make the flapjacks like that.
For that reason. Okay, welcome to the show, but thank you to the listener for downloading this episode. Honestly, you might be streaming it, you might have downloaded it. Either way, thank you so much. Please give us a 5-star review, and if you like what we've spoken about so far, why not join us Patreon? It's a lot of fun. We've got hours of content on
absolutely there. And speaking of which, before we actually start the show and reveal the wheel, which we will do very soon,
yes,
I just want to say we have got a new Patreon.
Oh really?
Her name is Katie.
Nice.
So welcome to the team. We will get your hand-mounted badge.
Please,
to you.
Have they been in touch about an address or anything? Or?
Well, listen, I'll tell you what Katie's done, and maybe this is a word of advice. If I'm honest, let's be completely transparent with our audience, as we always are. And totally appreciate this, Katie, and love it. I want to recommend what she's done.
Yeah.
To other people.
Yeah.
She's coming. She's given us a decent. She's not going for the bottom tier. She's going for the middle tier.
Oh, great.
It's optional,
No, that's lovely.
So good on her. She's listened the fuck out of the Patreon.
Yeah.
In the space of a few weeks, and she's cancelled the subscription.
Superb.
But why not? I respect that. But you can still claim your badge, Katie, because you've been a patron.
100%, you can claim your badge, and I wear it with honour as a badge of honour from that kind of stunt that you've pulled in a good way. Now I presume Katie will let that build up again for another 4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
and then get back on the Patreon.
Bang.
Fair enough.
Listen the fuck out of it. Why not? It's good. It's a good. That's like something that Martin Lewis would recommend. And we've got after the break, Martin Lewis is talking about how to save money on the Sell and Differ Terrible Feature podcast. It's a great little tip there.
And we've got at-home bleaching kits for your anus. Save cash that way.
Yes. Yes. Sponsored by Domestos.
Oh, God.
Any more admin before we start the show?
I think we are good.
Okay, let's get that wheel out and take a ruddy good look at it. Okay,
shall I
reveal that wheel? Of course, on the last episode we had Self-Esteem, aka Rebecca Lucy Taylor, on the show, and it was Ryan's birthday, a very special podcast, and me and John actually created the wheel.
Yeah,
and just doing it once was so stressful, and I don't know how you do it every week, Ryan.
No, I know, but it was nice though. It was I liked it. What you did, it was nice. It was cool.
So all I'm saying is I'm glad that you're back.
Yeah,
making a wheel.
And I think
again.
you can. There's a little clue even through the cloth that's not been taken off.
Yes,
you can see that shape.
Very oily. I can see the oil coming through the cloth there.
Yeah.
I know. I still can't quite work out
more
what
to
that
the
would
point.
be. More to the point. I like
exactly.
the pun. I like the pun on that.
Shall I reveal it?
Yeah, I think I know what's coming. Let's have a look. Let's reveal that wheel.
No.
Did we take off the cloth?
Yeah, we take off that cloth.
So we reveal the wheel, then take off the wheel. Yeah.
Every time.
Every time. Just, what is this, 5 years? Four series? This is our 4th series, and I'll still get it wrong. Let's take off the cloth. Yes.
Oh, gorgeous.
I'm not going to lie, Ryan. Because I saw the kind of angular over the cloth, I could see the angular side mixed with the grease coming through the cloth. I kind of had a little idea what you'd done here, but still, I'm very impressed. John, what do you think?
It's beautiful. It's a testament to man's endeavour. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where did you get the grease?
That's a question on everyone's lips.
Well, I went back to our old school, Handsworth Grange, and I did a little talk about what I was up to. You know, I said, can I come back and do like a little speech about what I'm up to? You know,
I mean, they'd be lucky to have you, Ryan.
I've got a podcast. I mean, that's a thing or something.
Kids
know?
love the cool kids love it.
I got up on the stage in the hall. I did a little presentation. They loved it. They thought I was cool as fuck.
Yeah, of course it is.
You know, they really respected me.
Yeah,
they wanted to ask me lots of questions, and I was completely cool and casual and relaxed.
Didn't really give a shit.
Didn't give a shit, but in the sense of like I was fine with everything
and also
not nervous at all.
The plus side as well, you walked away with a handful of extra strong mints.
I did. I did.
Gone back.
No, but I did all this because I had an ulterior motive.
Brilliant.
Which
he's the slyest fella when it comes to making wheels. This
guy.
Yeah.
And just after, actually, just before the break, you know, as in break time.
Yeah.
I got myself down to that kitchen. I got to that stack of flapjacks that we used to.
So they're still making same old recipe.
Wet as fuck. that stack of
splash jacks.
That stack of that stack of sausage rolls.
No, ban them.
Well, yeah.
Bloody ban them.
No, sausage rolls though. That stack of sausage rolls, that stack of pizzas, just covered in grease.
Right.
And I just squeezed the lot into this
the oats,
some kind of container I've got.
Yeah.
That's how I got the grease. Sorry, go on.
I just
sorry, go on.
I genuinely when I first looked at the fruit through the cloth, I thought there would be oats there. I thought there might be sugar or
the incredible thing was maybe this is what you said before, but the cloth was almost clear, wasn't it?
I could see
from the grease.
Yeah, I could see my reflection.
It's incredible that you've managed to get grease to stay in a triangle shape.
Yeah. Yes, well, this is the thing. It's a contradiction in terms. It's a triangular wheel.
Is it cold? Is it just cold grease then? Is that what's keeping it together?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it congeals, it holds,
Right.
tightens. It's baked as well, so...
Yeah, no, I mean, it smells absolutely fantastic. And
Just in case the listener's not clear,
yeah,
what we're looking at here is a massive triangular flapjack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made of grease.
Made of grease and oats and syrup.
Is there oats in
I
there?
don't want to
can't
be.
see.
I don't want to be rude, Ryan. But I think, and John seems to be picking up on this as well. There's way more grease than there is.
Yeah,
oats.
I mean, to be fair, I did only use one pack of.
It's sagging, is what I'm saying.
Matt,
I only used one
Matt,
sachet.
Count the oats. Count how many oats.
I mean,
there are.
I can count on one hand. There's four oats in there.
Okay, that's not enough. You don't think?
Well, I think that you need at least soften the blow with
I'm
some
not a
with some
fucking
cornflakes.
chef. I'm not a fucking chef.
No, I know. But that's why I was more impressed that it's staying together. But is it cold? Is that?
He's not a chef. It's a
Yeah.
grave robbing baker.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Anyway, let's spin it, shall we?
Anyway,
Come on.
yeah. I mean, I'm worried that this isn't going to spin. I'm not going to lie to you, Ryan, just because maybe it's the heat of the studio, and also, am I going to get flapjack in my eyes?
A
My
wheel of
big worry.
grease.
Let's spin it. Let's spin it. Let's spin it.
How much did it go for?
There's only 3 features because of its 3-sided nature, and I'll read them out to the viewer, to the listener now. It was how much did it go for? You've got snail trail on there, and you've got
Fuchsia Frenzy.
God,
yeah.
bloody hell, that's
I was
been
hoping
long.
one of those guys would come up because they're yours, but actually mine's come up.
And which
Which is-
repeat it one more time.
How much did it go for?
Oh, it's a good one. It's a good
Well,
one.
actually, I am kind of glad this has come up, and that's one of the reasons I put it on there, because I've got something in my file
Right.
that's a little bit different to usual, but I think that's...
Okay.
Hold on.
Go on.
Before you start doing that, right?
Yeah.
There's a jingle to play.
No, that's what I was going to say, yeah.
Oh, for real?
I was literally...
Sorry.
I was less than a second from saying...
Millisecond.
Milliseconds
So sorry,
from-
Ryan. I
no,
thought
no.
you were.
No, sorry, nano.
Okay, carry on.
No, and it's fair enough that you say that, because last week I completely forgot about the jingle because I got carried away.
No, but
We had to play the... It was backwards.
You remembered, though.
Yeah.
Because someone said, a friend of the family, friend of the show, I believe Sam Shepherd had mentioned how much he loved that jingle.
Yeah.
And I said it would have been an absolute travesty
I know.
if he'd have forgot to put it in at the time.
I mean, I could have put it in post, but it's nice to hear it in the group, isn't it?
Oh my God,
You know.
yeah, and we spoke about it, 100%.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
let's hear the jingle anyway for this particular feature.
Ruby slippers from the Wizard of Oz. How much did they go for? At auction. Muhammad Ali's boxing gloves. How much did they go for? At auction. At auction. At auction. At auction. At auction. At auction. Mr. Robbie's body and head. How much did it go for? At auction. Auction. Jeremy Beadle's false beard and specs. How much did they go for? At auction.
Hi, and welcome to the very best the Beatles about.
Auction. At auction. At auction.
Hi, and welcome to the very
Oh,
best
at
the
auction.
Beatles
We
about.
finished quite late. Didn't we?
Or
About
in
20
the
minutes.
regular sale.
Yeah.
There we go.
I love that
So
jingle.
this is the classic feature where you guys just have to... I mean, you can write it down if you want, but you guys have to tell me how much a certain item sold for at auction.
Yep.
I mean, you don't need to write it down, but you can... Yeah, might as well.
I'll need this anyway.
Now, this is a bit different to usual. It's quite a spooky item.
Oh, okay. Well, we love spooky things on this podcast.
And what I
mate.
might do is, I was going to put it on now, but I'm having issues with my computer. What I might do is put a little bit of spooky music on.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. But let me tell you let me tell you just what it is to begin with, and then I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it.
Sure.
Okay, so the item is a ghost in a jar.
Perfect. Amazing.
That's a ghost
Okay.
trapped in a jar. Okay.
This is brilliant.
On May 26th, 2003,
Yep.
TJ101 of Arkansas, TJ101 is a username on eBay,
Right.
began his auction at $99 for Ghost in a Jar. So the auction was Ghost in a Jar, no joke, serious inquiries only. The auction hawked a mysterious, eerie glass cylinder with cryptic painted markings.
Love it.
So now here is the actual listing that was on eBay at the time
yeah,
in 2003. The early days of eBay we're talking here
That's
as
over
well.
20 years ago.
Yeah,
now,
yeah. Okay, I'm going to try and be spooky with how I read this.
Yeah, you should give it your all.
I don't have enough space.
Off to a good start. Off to a good one.
Okay. I don't have enough space here to tell the complete story behind this, so I will briefly go over it.
Oh, I love this.
Back in the early 1980s, while out metal detecting, I came across an old abandoned cemetery.
Here we go.
While searching around the foundation, my detector indicated there was something in the ground, close by the southwest corner of the foundation. After digging down about 2 feet, my shovel struck a wooden box that had nearly rotted out. There were 2 jars and an old journal in the box. The jars had some strange writing and symbols on them. While getting the jars out of the ground, I dropped one and it broke.
Oh, shit.
A black mist or something. A black mist or something seeped out of it. I should have known that something was wrong right then and covered the fire back up, but being young and foolish, I didn't. I left the broken jar where it fell and took the other one and the journal home. What I was able to read in the journal before the pages crumbled made the hair on the back of my neck stand up. That night, I had my first visit from what I can only describe as the black thing.
Sorry. So this is a description of the item on the eBay.
This is on the eBay. Yes,
Wow,
yes.
That is awesome, isn't it? That is
Just giving all the details for the buyer.
I love that.
Yeah. So that night, they had their first visit from what they could only describe as the black thing.
Right.
This is this mist, I guess. This is 2003.
Yeah.
So still, like, they found this in the 80s, so it's like a long time after that.
Right,
you know.
right. Of course.
Still, you know.
No, they didn't.
Yeah. Anyway, so they had their visit from the black thing. While lying in bed, this thing fell on me, and it felt like I was being pushed down through the bed and into the floor, into a pit, if you will. I struggled with it, and managed to somehow escape its clutches. Since that time, I have been attacked twice more, and both times the unopened jar was in the close vicinity. I finally talked to someone who is versed in these things.
Struggle.
Yeah. And was told that the only way to rid myself of this thing was to pass the unopened jar on to someone else. Therefore, I am offering you, if you dare, the ghost in the jar.
Brilliant.
With it, I am sure you will be getting the black thing as well.
So 2 for 1.
Yeah. If you are brave enough to want this bid to your heart's desire, I will also tell you what I was able to find out about this from the person who told me to pass it on. Be advised that once you buy this, it is yours. And I will have nothing ever again to do with it. All sales are go on.
Yeah, I was going to say, including refunds.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All sales are final. Remember, don't bid unless you are seriously wanting to own this, as I will not be held responsible for anything that happens once the transaction is complete.
I mean, that I love that. That's brilliant, because it's great advertising, that.
Yeah, I know. It makes you want it, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course.
In a way.
You're saying, like, it's the classic, if you dare, you know, watch this if you dare. You go, well, I fucking dare watch that. What are you saying? I won't watch that.
Let me see if
it's perfect reverse psychology. And to be honest, while you're looking that up, Ryan,
I was going to see if I can find a picture of it to show you guys.
It's about as justifiable as when I bought that vial of blood from which is meant to be from the Jaws film. That particular scene when the Jaws,
Right.
the shark gets up on the back of the boat.
Oh, it was like a prop you bought,
And he's
like a movie
munching
prop.
away. Yeah, it's it's meant to be
Of,
blood
like, fake
from
blood.
that scene because
Right,
there was
right,
loads of it, and there was this prop guy who still shifts stuff, and it's like a card saying this is authenticized, you know.
But that could just be...
It's corn syrup and red food colouring, sure. But if it was on that set at the time,
It's got a bit of something special about
I
it.
thought it was cool. But that's purely trust that I'm going down on.
Yeah.
He could just be fucking making money easily, pumping that and giving it the story behind like this. But this might be true, Ryan.
No, well, I've just got an image of it just to show you. You can describe it. I can show you guys. So this is the ghost in the jar. This is the image.
Well, I'll give it credit. It's a spooky jar.
Do you want to look at that, John?
Oh, okay.
It's quite a spooky jar. It's kind of
Yes.
not clear. It's half. It looks like half black paint, but from the inside, and half red
Well,
paint.
is that just the black mist? Is that just the other ghost?
Oh,
that's
that
trapped
could be
in
the
there?
mist. And then
And they've done some runes with Tipex.
it does kind of like Tipex. They've done some kind of odd writing and equations, and it's got a dusty lid. It's a cool jar. It's a cool jar.
Yeah.
Got it, you got
Maybe
it.
they put. Maybe
I'll give
there's
it
wax on the top. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Bit of string on there.
okay.
It's a spooky jar. It's a spooky looking jar. I'll give them that. It's a spooky looking jar.
But during this early days of eBay, the internet, the Wild West, there's some crazy people out there. A lot of people wanted this jar.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that
I
much.
can imagine.
There was a lot of bids, I got to tell you that much.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I guess
I've
I've got more to say, but let's get our answers in first, I think.
That's the thing, innit? It's like art itself. A lot of it is the backstory, is all the bullshit behind it, and it's caused a bit of a stir there. So we're asking how much that went for final sale on eBay.
I mean, there's a twist to the tale.
It didn't sell.
There's a twist to the tale.
Well, you want to tell us now before we have a guess?
I feel that I should. I feel like it would
Okay.
only be right.
Right.
Go on.
I'm interested what this twist would be.
Oh,
No, we've resisted talking about it in this series.
Right.
But
what's happened?
Matt's just leaving the room. Matt's leaving the room.
I'm off.
Oh shit, he's gone.
Okay, I'm back, but only because you text me and said, Matt, let it rest. Carry on. I'm sure the blobby news it's connected to the story, but so I am back. But I don't know if this is the first time that it's come up in series 4, but I'm pretty sure we put the blob in.
I know.
Blobby to bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I thought Blobby. We were finally free of the blob.
But I'm going to hear him out and just see what he's got to say about it, because anyways, back now.
How can the ghost in this jar have anything to do with Blobby? I'm fascinated.
He's had a moment out as well. He's had a quick time out as well.
Yeah, sorry to bring Blobby into this.
Yeah.
And he's not really involved. It's just got a similarity with remember the Blobby auction when the
Yes,
Blobby costume got
of
sold.
course,
one of them.
Yeah.
And basically what happened there was, if you remember, it went up to thousands of pounds, £40,000, something like that.
Oh,
and then the guy
okay.
just said, actually, I fucked it. I actually don't want it. I don't want it anymore.
Right.
And it made me think, and that's what happened with this ghost in a jar.
Okay.
Someone bid, it got to a certain amount of money, and then they never delivered the payment. So this changes things, and I feel like I should tell you this, because it is quite a big thing to say. And it made me think, well, maybe I won't even do this, how long do they live for, but it's such a curious object.
No, I think it's
sorry,
fine.
how much did it go for? But
Yeah.
it's such a curious object that I still wanted to tell the story.
I think it's fine. I think it's fair. It's fair enough for you to bring it up.
So what, as a novelty, as someone who's bidding
Can
without...
I just say thank God it wasn't fresh blobby news, because...
No, I know. It's not real Blobby news.
Right, I see. Okay. Well, I'm going to have a guess.
And now you can bear in mind the fact that this wasn't actually paid out, which changes things,
Yeah.
I think. Okay.
The thing is with this game as well is something mad will go, Chaplin's cane, Jackson's glove, and it's always way less than I think.
Yeah.
I've had an initial in my head and I've gone, that's too much.
But you've got to think the guy didn't pay it.
I know.
And I can give you the guy's name. I can give you the username of the guy who won the auction and then didn't deliver.
Okay, that might help actually.
Yeah, this might help. The
Go on.
username was.
Come on.
It was Gary the Gimp Horn.
Right.
So Gary _ Gimp _ Horn. Gary the Gimp Horn.
Dollars.
You're saying $10,000.
$10,000.
Okay. John, what are you thinking?
So
$38,410.
crazy number. Crazy numbers.
I can tell you that one of you is closer than the other.
Oh shit!
The claw.
John.
It's a liar reference, John. Carry on, Ryan.
John.
I know.
John, you are slightly closer.
No!
In fact, you're actually very close. In the grand scheme of things, it was $50,922. But he didn't actually pay out that amount, and it's very frustrating when you hear that and you go, so what's the fucking story then?
Yeah. But did the next bidder get it, or did someone buy it, or is it then the mystery's gone and it's like no one gives a shit anymore?
Well, I think probably like with the Blobby costume, no one wanted it really. They all just wanted to see that price go up and up. And Gary the Gimp Horn with this because I think this became like an early kind of meme or whatever, an early internet phenomenon where the people on the internet were trying to get the price up, and poor old Gary the Gimp Horn, or say poor old, he did it.
Yeah,
he was stuck with the ghost in a jar in the end, but he did make the bid. And does that mean that in fact he got haunted to this day? I don't know.
Well, it didn't go, unfortunately. It was how much was it meant to have gone for?
Yes, that's what it should have been.
Case. But
and it says here, as the case is with many high-profile eBay auctions, the high bidder did not pay, and there was no actual sale. And you go, so what's the point in eBay then? There should be rules about this.
Yeah, it's got to be a wind-up.
There should be an obligation to pay, or like you say, it just goes to the next bidder or whatever.
Oh, there's got to be a wind-up.
Despite the auction igniting a selling frenzy for Ghost in a Jar, T-shirts, buttons, bumper stickers, paintings, and more.
Really?
Yeah,
so it was a big thing then at the time.
Apparently it was a big thing, yeah. There were numerous eBay auctions that included a ghost retreat for Ghost in a Jar, a stand for your Ghost in a Jar, vacation home for your Ghost in a Jar, and thousands of other offerings. eBay deleted most of these related auctions, and there were many legitimate postings that became casualties of the broad ban on Ghost in a Jar merchandise.
Oh great, I can't sell me bloody Ghost in a Jar now.
Including some auctions that just happened to have jar or ghost in their titles, and were entirely unrelated.
Ghost chili jar.
No.
Jar full of ghosts.
TJ101, the original guy, and this makes you think, oh, I see. It's fake. Because he said he ended up selling memberships to Ghost in a Jar Club and also signed pictures of himself in the jar. However, he has still not actually sold the jar pictured in the auction. Despite eBay's efforts to squash the interest surrounding this historic and bizarre auction, it will always be remembered as the first unusual online auction to garner national attention.
And let's hope he keeps a lid on it.
Yes, indeed.
That's a big shame.
Do you know who I think was inspired by that? And it came out just after.
Go on.
Lost, the Black Mist, the smoke monster. Yeah,
that shit happens though, doesn't it? Like,
what they're describing there sounds like the Black Mist in Lost.
Yeah,
and that came out like around 2004.
People just love a thing, don't they? A hype, something going on like the blobby.
Of course
thing.
They do.
I feel like it lets us down, and
as humans, yeah,
yeah, because it's not sold, but whatever.
Yeah,
bit of fun at the time, I imagine.
Yeah.
And still to this day, we're talking about over 20 years on. But thank you for bringing that to the table,
well,
Ryan.
I'm sorry that it wasn't legit. But...
If you'd have said, and I've got it here tonight.
Well, I bought it in the end.
Oh,
yeah.
If you'd have brought out a jiffy bag and gone, I bought this bloody thing, and then you pulled it out, opened the lid, going like, oh, I'm having a laugh.
I mean, the worry is like
Big Black Mist came out and just choked me up.
Well, maybe the Black Mist will be at the door. Who knows?
Guys, listen, I'm not sure at the moment. I'm like, eek, that wheel's turned to sludge.
Yeah, I don't want to say it,
pretty much. Not sure if we're going to get another spin out of it. Have we got time for another spin? Can we have another spin if we... I mean, there's only 2 other features left. Maybe I could I don't know, throw a dart or something. If you've
got a snail trail or a few of your friends.
What I like about the about the wheel, what you've done there is I like the George Foreman style large trough you've got.
yeah. I got inspired by my new George Foreman grill. Actually.
Yeah. That's smart of you, to be fair.
Yeah. That's actually a planter. Like a planter for
yes,
for plants,
right.
obviously.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I can see
the garden.
They're going off into the plants.
Yeah.
Your dead plants.
No, I should have taken the plants out, of course. Like the head in Heart Attack.
Yeah, of course.
It's not so much have we got time for another spin, it's can we spin the wheel again?
I think we're good for time. I think we've done enough time.
Right.
I think unless you really desperately want to.
No, I don't know.
I'm
don't
happy
think you
to
can.
call that just a classic,
Physically.
bog standard,
Yeah.
run of the mill.
These are all
No.
average sounding words.
I don't mean to say this. I just mean like it's like.
I don't mean to say this.
That's like I mean it's like a sort of meat and potato
Classic.
like a meat and two veg.
Right, that's more like it.
episode.
John's saying it as well.
A classic.
Yeah.
Just like that's an episode of Terrible Features.
Come on, yeah.
And fuck anyone who says it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a good
fuck the
point.
haters.
I suppose, I don't know, have we got time for a game of Who's at the Door? Can we play that? Or
Don't know if we have
Well,
actually.
I don't think it'd be an episode of Terrible Features
It wouldn't be a...
without.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a... What you just said there. What's all that thing? It's the making...
Who's that? Who's at the door? Who's that? Who's at the door? Who's at the door? It's a mystery.
What's the...
Meat and two veg.
But it's something about... There's other terms, though, isn't there? Something about stone or... Forget what I'm saying.
I'm not
it's
sure what
fine.
you're talking about.
Like
I'm sure there is something.
like a classic Stone Cold Classic type thing. My point was, it wouldn't be that without a game of Who's at the Door.
No,
of course.
Whatever that is.
I can't think of the word. I'll get back to you on that one. So let's have a game of Who's at the Door, right? All right, guys. Who is at the door? There's a phrase for like not mortar and... it's like it's something that a racist MP might use as it's the
Right.
cornerstone.
Pestle and mortar.
Bricks and mortar.
Bricks and mortar is kind of the vibe I'm thinking. That might be the right thing. That's enough for me to continue without getting upset at myself. So let's just say that.
Okay.
Guys, who is at the door this week? And if you could just knock again, please. We're going to go to Big Sir John Patrick. Who's at the door this week, my good sir? By the way, there's £1 million on this. If you get this right, there's £1 million.
Oh shit.
Cash.
Okay.
Huge suitcases.
Do it one more time.
Yeah, hold on. Can you just give it another knock, please?
Okay.
John's in agony here. Okay, I'm going to go to Sir John Patrick. Who's at the door this week?
Is it Robbie Louis Stevenson?
Oof, great guess. Straight over to good old-fashioned Ryan House, a.k.a. GOFRH. Who's at the door this week?
Is it DJ Big Papa from the Techno Daddies, the band I used to be in college?
Oh, that's another great guess, to be fair.
Yeah.
Very good guess. I can reveal that neither of you have got it right on this occasion. It was actually the band Pink Floyd were at the door this week.
Oh, that's nice.
I can't tell you what the... can you think now what that would be? What their knock might have been? I don't know.
Another brick in the wall?
Oh, as in, hey, teachers, leave those kids alone. That is brick in the wall.
I was thinking, after all, it's just a brick in the wall.
But that's the same song.
Right, sure.
Hey, teachers, leave those kids alone.
I see. That's the connection. That's interesting, isn't it? That it's somehow connected to what we did earlier, because it's just random.
Yeah, I know. But this is the mad world.
Oh wow! So Pink Floyd. I mean, one of those bands. I know I should love them.
Yeah,
and I probably know most of their songs.
Yeah,
and I'm just a bit clueless about them, really. I'm like, oh yeah, Floyd, yeah, I love, yeah, of course, Floyd, yeah.
Love
One of those bands where,
Floyd.
it's one of those bands where they'll be playing, I go, oh, who's this? I love this, and it's where someone will go, Pink Floyd.
I would never do that to you.
No, I know, but do you know what I mean? There's many bands where they've been completely across what they're up to and their output, classic bands.
Yeah.
And they're just one that for some reason, they're a bit of a blank spot in my mind.
Just all you got to do is stick Dark Side of the Moon on.
Such a iconic band, and they're such a cool band to know about. But it's just the shame of...
but they're almost cliched in a way, aren't they? But
the shame of asking, oh, what's this? And someone's saying... Pink Floyd?
Yeah, you don't want to give them that, do you? You don't even want to give them that.
It's not the Pink Floyd, it's the...
yeah, for sure, yeah. Oh my God, did you not know
I'm pretty sure
was
it's Pink Floyd.
Yeah. Arseholes. Well, Pink Floyd aren't coming in today, probably for the best. They don't seem like mad entertaining kind of guys, you know what I mean? Very chill, a lot of psychedelics, I think, at the time, but great music, Dark Side of the Moon. If you do just pop it on start to finish, honestly, really just get it. What was that, John?
John just dropped and he'd met one of them.
Which one?
Zoe.
What?
He's apologising. Which, Zoe. Who did you meet? He's Googling the names of the bands now to try and throw us.
David Gilmour.
David Gilmour.
The guitarist.
The guitarist of Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
What context?
It was in his studio.
Okay.
Where?
Yeah.
Why? What? Give me more context. What were you doing there?
Just guys hanging out, musicians. No, it was I was working on a shoot.
Oh, it's
really?
For Spotify.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. David Gilmour in his studio.
He was
about
just
his
chilling.
new album, I think. Chilling, playing his musical instrument stuff.
Fair enough.
Yeah, lovely guy actually.
Yeah,
really nice. Place down.
This got to be a wind up.
I'd hate to think that was that you were like trying to pretend to maybe try and act cool by being like, no, I did hang out with the guitarist once for the. I happen to believe you though, John.
No, I do too. Actually,
obviously we believe you,
and that's pretty cool. To be fair to have
been
in studio with.
I believe you.
Yeah, been in the studio with her.
Of course, I don't think Ryan's thinking you're lying. It's obviously.
It was the way it came about. It seemed like you were just improvising, looking up.
Initially, yeah, but you're just looking for his name.
But it's like it was a great "Would I Lie to You" where he's like, you think he's lying, and then he's telling the truth.
He's like, is he lying? Is that a genuine or a genuine?
Yeah.
It does make sense, but you won't be so disappointed them not coming into the studio.
Nah.
Listen, guys, it's been a wonderful episode, really reminiscing of the school days there. But I've had a great night, and I want to thank Sir John Patrick over there for turning up tonight, and of course, good old-fashioned Ryan Howes. Don't know how you do it, but you do.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to be getting that Mega Drive back out, and I'm going to be trying to get into that goddamn laundry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and please, while you're on the laptop, bid for a jar of ghosts. Let me tell you. I have been mattskillington.com, the brand. And guys, can I just leave you with this tonight? Do you mind?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Thatcher took our milk. Woodward. That was my old primary school teacher, Mr. Woodward. Woodward took our pogs. Schools are changing every day, but I am very much on board with unisex bogs. It's 2020.
2020.
Gambling,
Okay.
phones, and fags have been banned. Which, to be fair, I can understand. But triangle flapjacks is a step too far. Even prisons don't have it this hard. Fingers can cause more pain than that. What next? Banning fingers. Rishi Sunak. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Rishi Sunak wasn't even in power when it happened.
You have been listening to Seldom Differ's Terrible Features with Matt Skillington, John Patrick and Ryan Howes. Intro and outro theme by Old. You can follow them at Old Music on Instagram. If you want to follow the boys at Seldom Differ, you can get them at Twitter at Seldom Differ, Instagram Seldom_Differ, and Facebook at Seldom Differ Comedy. You should also subscribe at Seldom Differ on YouTube. Thank you to Luke Collins at Appley Bridge Studio for his additional audio work. And thank you to all you Patreon subscribers. If you're interested in supporting us, then go to patreon.com/Seldom Differ. And there you can donate as little as £1 a month, that's 25p an episode, that's not too bad, to £3 plus a month, which will allow you access to all of our bonus material. Please do give us a 5-star rating and a review. We'd be unbelievably grateful. Thanks for listening.